It's Week 15 of the National Football League, and we'll get to see the Eagles' sure-handed tight end. No one's been busier this season as he currently paces the NFL in receptions. It's the Eagles and the Commanders, all that and more, coming up next.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Katie York set to get this one started. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
Their loss last week, it really isn't on him. He had a great game. He checked off a lot of the boxes they had for him in the game plan going in, especially the one at the top, Kate, getting him to the end zone. 3 touchdowns, just 1 interception. He does that again here. They should be winners.
And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 29. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. Shotgun snap to Daniels. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that makes it 4th down. The Commanders ready for the punt. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start, up close to the 30. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
2 numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And of course, well, he cares less about those 2 numbers. He's more about the alphabet, like that letter W, picking up the win in that ball game.
Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 37. Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
And he takes it up and across midfield to Commanders territory. That play made by their rookie from Michigan State. Hurts throwing again. Finds him over the middle. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a Philadelphia first down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required, along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
From the pistol, Hurts. That one falls close to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So it'll be second down. A play fake. Now Hurts to throw. Complete out to the right side. And he couldn't quite get the edge. He goes out of bounds and maybe gets back to the line. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? On the play fake, it's Hurts. Escapes the... And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
This is one of those many moments where I'm really thankful I'm in the booth and not on the field. Because in my day, defensive tackles couldn't run like that. This is not a statuesque QB. This guy can run. And it wasn't the linebacker or DB that chased him down. It was a big old D tackle. Tip of the cap to you, my big man.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. So this one sails over the sideline, and they'll spot it where a touchback would go at the 20-yard line. And there's only one team satisfied with their spot in the playoffs right now, and that's the one currently at the top. A lot of time left for everybody else to jostle for better position, or simply for one of the 7 spots available. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
On first down, here's Daniels. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
And that hit stops him in his tracks. It looked like they had it, but nope, no gain. And now they're just inches short for 3rd down. From the gun, it's Daniels. Throw left side, complete. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Here's Daniels. Pitts brings it in. And he gets it forward, is still about a yard out of that. It was Andre Cisco who hauled him down there. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Daniels now. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. First time this game they've looked to him. So they're left facing a 4th down. Jake Elliott on now to attempt this field goal. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. It's no good. It had the leg, but his aim wide right. And we continue to await our opening score of this ball game.
Looked like the snap was good. No issues with the hold. But sometimes that plant foot, it just slides on you a little. And these kickers, man, they are so finicky. One little breakdown in mechanics, and the kick winds up off target.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. Plowing up the middle. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. Just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Defense looking to defend the marker on third down. Hurts to throw. Fits it through the middle. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
From the gun, Shipley gets it. And he's brought down for a loss. And they get to him just in time. That's a tackle for the stand and a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, it's almost like the defense was in the offensive huddle before the play. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run. And the reward is they get off the field.
Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. By this point, partner, they're through that opening script, through trying to establish their offense, and yet still no points. Thinking it might be time to start switching things up a little bit, tear up the old game plan and start fresh.
Well, I promise you that's what's buzzing on the headsets and over on the sidelines and in the huddle. Got to find a way to just get into some sort of rhythm. You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
He's contained at the line for no gain. Brought down by Jalen Carter. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. To throw, Daniels. Throw left side is caught by Pitts. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I'll tell you, that is a humbling moment to see a completed third down pass actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. That's taken at the 15. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And he's been more than just his passing touchdowns this season. In fact, you can see it right here. He's leading all quarterbacks in rushing scores late in the campaign. On 1st down, Hurts. Short pass brought in. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now Hurts. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. The drive picks up here. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Brought in right side. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Tackle made by J.C. Horn. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 36. Bails out of the pocket quick. He'll step up, and there he goes. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Kate, as we saw when he broke that first tackle, he can absorb a shot, right? He's got great, what they call contact balance to absorb it and keep going. But that second hit, well, that drove the ball free and leads to this takeaway.
The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. And it's been a very slow start offensively. Let's see if this drive is the one they can break through and put up the game's first points. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. It was there, he just couldn't corral it. And that'll bring up second down. Out of the gun, Daniels. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Shotgun snap to Daniels. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Oh, they are loving this one. It flies out of bounds, and it wasn't too far off the end zone. They're going to say it crossed at the 3. The Eagles headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And it's been impossible to contain this guy as both a passer and a runner all season. Late in the year, look, he's the leader among quarterbacks in rushing yards. Out of the gun, it gives to Shipley. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Again, it's Shipley. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Eagles have the football. They're looking at 1st down here. Hurts now from the gun. Short pass caught by his tight end. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. 16 yards on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First and 10 from the 41. Hurts throwing again. Buys time, rolling right. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. Short side option here, he's running left. And he won't challenge for the goal line, the stop made at the 4. Only a yard on the game there, and now it's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 4. Hurts. Escapes out to the left. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the pressure drives them backwards.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with a quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
Katie York now on for the field goal. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Groupie sends it through. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Commanders set to take over. And coming off our first points of the ball game, they're going to take over now trailing 3-zip. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Daniels. That one's complete right side. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now Daniels off the play action. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field you can depend on.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's a play that won't pop on the stat sheet, but the players and coaches won't forget about it, I promise you that. Coaches will file that one away the next time they really need to pick up a few yards.
Daniels on 1st down. Hits him on the out route. And he goes down a little short of the 40. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Play fake here. Daniels finds him over the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Commanders will have a 1st. Daniels now. This one falls incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Again, Daniels to the air. Into the hands of Pitts. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Now, I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
From the red zone now. Touchdown, Washington. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners. There'd be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Commanders take a 4-point lead. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Return coming from the 6. He lost the football. And they steal it back on the return. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Just look at everyone flying down the field. But when they fly down the field, they got 2 things in mind, Kate. Number 1, get the returner down. And number 2, separate the ball if you can. It's rare that it happens, but it sure is exciting when it does.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Completed over the middle. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. 3rd and just 2 to go. Daniels from the pistol. Hits his running back. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Throwing from the gun here. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So now it'll be 2nd and goal. Still sticking with the passing game. And he will score. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders now lead by 10. Kyle Pitts with the touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
That one splits the uprights, and the Commanders drive their lead to 11. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Eagles ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he's kept up the pace all season long to the point, look, he's in the top 5 across the NFL in passing. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. And the Commanders get home. They drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate, right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with the tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
So a really tough spot here. This is 3rd and a country mile. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Completed to his running back. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Fields this at the 19. And he's brought down before the return gets far. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Commanders will go on offense. Out comes the Commander offense for another series. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. New set of downs for him at the 38. On first down, here's Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Running for the marker on second. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Short pass brought in. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Second down now, 7 to go. We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. It's the Commanders with a 2nd and 7. Shotgun snap to Daniels. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't find Kyle Pitts on that throw. And that makes it 3rd down. Out of the gun, Daniels. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Daniels to throw on 4th. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's able to get this down to the 36. It's an 8-yard gain. What a great call on 4th down. It keeps this drive moving. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Pitts brings it in. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. The Commanders take a timeout. It's their first. All right, set now. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This offense has been in a rhythm, settled in and found it in the first half. But hopefully that sack for this defense can disrupt that rhythm just a little bit. Kind of reminds me, Kate, in baseball when you're facing an elite pitcher, just get somebody on base. Just make that pitcher think a little bit. Hopefully that sack for this defense does the same to the QB.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Another try following the sack. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. To throw, Daniels. That's caught for the 1st. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Thankfully, not a big loss last play. They're at the 2, 2nd and goal. Daniels back to throw. Looking touchdown, but can't connect.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Daniels, 3rd and goal. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
Well, I'll tell you this, Kate, that's where you got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute, both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play call back.
The kick by Hopkins is good, and that extends their lead to 14.
You know, Kate, that may not seem like much, right? Just go 1 for 2 as a kicker, but it's a whole lot different just psychologically for these guys to see one go through because they may need him at some point later in this game.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Looking to throw. Brought in right side. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. A final throw before the break. Throwing the out route complete. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's halftime from near the nation's capital. The Commanders pulling in front after 2. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. And it's the Bills with the lead in the second quarter. Keon Coleman, well over 100 yards with 2 touchdown catches to boot. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. It's C.J. Stroud with a couple of touchdown passes. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Malachi Corley, a touchdown reception. The Commanders got a strong first half out of their quarterback, Jaden Daniels. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. Philadelphia has its offense out to start this third quarter. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Finds a man right side. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. First down throwing for Hurts. Another turnover. This time it's an interception. And the Commanders will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance in making that pick. Might be a case of trying to force one where he shouldn't have. And you're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one.
The Commanders and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Now Daniels to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They're now set for 1st and 10. Throwing now, Daniels. Caught quickly on the slant. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Again, Daniels to the air. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down.
Here we go. Ready.
Daniels now. Rolling left, behind some top. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. On now comes their punter. Tommy Townsend will kick it away. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. And this one is out of bounds, no return on the kick. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. They're out and set, 1st and 10. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Completed over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. And Brock, I don't think a lot of fans knew that this was on the horizon, but hey, kudos to the stadium team here for having that announcement ready. That completion gives him 491 on the year and breaks Tom Brady's single-season record. 2nd and 6 coming up here. A play fake now hurts to throw. Completed to Davis. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Straight ahead, Will Shipley. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Give that tackle to Johnny Newton. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Hurts setting up to throw. Catch made by Shipley. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it. It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on the 3rd and 1 run.
Katie York now on for the field goal. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And that's going to keep the difference at 14 points.
Oh, you feel for kickers in situations like this. The loneliest guy in the building. Sometimes you forget those goalposts. They're only 18 feet, 6 inches wide. And this time he might have rushed things a little, and it winds up no good.
Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. Back-to-back carries here. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third down, 1 yard to go. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks. First and 10 from the 41. They'll run it from the gun. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play.
Offside, defense.
Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him.
Still first down.
A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on first down. They'll run here following the penalty. Escapes a defender. Good running here. He's across the 15. And he's finally hauled down at the 12. Give him 24 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
All set up now for first and 10. This one's caught. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
The give here on second. And his short game gets them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down. But you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Dump off caught by his back. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. And down he goes. The Eagles got him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
Hey, I get it. You know, there are times as a decision maker playing quarterback, you take a sack and you cut your losses. But when you get an opportunity in the red zone on third down, you'd love to give your guy on the other end a chance, because a touchdown, well, we know in the course of outcomes of games, so much more influential than settling for a field goal. Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the third. First and 10. Here's Hurts. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down. Trying an option here, play to the left. And not much doing, he stopped quickly. Only a yard from that time, so now 3rd and 9. Man in motion here. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. And disaster averted, he knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. The Eagles are in punt formation. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. So no return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's not going to get much. A modest gain at best to the 41. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That's now a handful of sacks for the defense and a handful of bruises for the quarterback. Consider this, Kate. Truly elite defenses in this league, well, they average just over 3 sacks a game during an entire season. If you put up 5 in a contest, you're playing like one of the league's best.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Daniels finds the in route complete. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Secures this at the 17. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. He manages 13 on this punt return. And the Eagles will take possession. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. Hits him on the in route. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
On 1st down, Hurts. Short pass brought in. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Hurts now from the gun. He's on the move. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. Juke the defender. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 31-yard play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. The throw is caught. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. Dangerous route to have to defend, Brock. A lot of running backs are so good at sneaking behind defenders running that pattern.
And if you're going to find your back for a touchdown, Kate, this is the first route you'd expect. Get him a favorable matchup. This guy can flat out move. Send him out there, stress that coverage, and go deliver for 6.
On is Cade York for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles cut the lead down to 10.
Commanders 20, Eagles 10.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's the Commanders' ball, a chance at a win if they can hang on to their lead through the 4th. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. Dumped off to his running back.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
Throwing the out route complete. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Commanders will have a first. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Alert! Alert!
From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he's brought down for a loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Right side reeled in by Pitts. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now they'll throw out of the gun. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it's going to be 4th and short. Punting unit out now. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. That one hits at the 6, but can't check up. It gets into the end zone for a touchback. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. From the gun, Shipley gets it. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he works his way for a gain of 4. Second and 6 coming up here. From the pistol, Hurts. He's finds Shipley, complete.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Hurts. That's going to be cut by Shipley. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. They send a man in motion. Here's 2nd and 11. Completed to Davis. And he's tackled for no gain.
You know, Kate, it's almost as if the defense invited him to make that throw. That was a play they knew they could defend, and they stopped it right at the line.
To the air, 3rd and long. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Katie York now on for the field goal. From the right hash, about 45 yards out. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls them back within 1 score here in the 4th.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. And this is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. You've got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
And this drive will start inside the 25. The Commanders and this running back headed back out for a new series. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Daniels now. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Things looking totally different after that last play. It's 1st and 10 inside the opposing 30. Throwing out to the left, cut! And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Again, Daniels to the air. Finds him over the middle. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know it's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Shotgun snap to Daniels. And he will score. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders double their lead to 14. The Commanders Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. This return starts at the 5. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Eagles about set to go on offense. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
You put up the combine times of tight ends running a 40-yard dash, and they certainly don't run as fast as the safeties or the corners in this league. But when you get them going in the right direction and you get them dragging across the field like that, well, they can still do their damage.
And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. 2nd and 4. Brought in right side. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. They put a receiver in motion right. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Hits his running back. And he goes down a little short of the 40.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Hurts throwing again. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles now within 1 score in the 4th. That type of play right there, Brock, who do you credit more? Are you crediting him for making the catch or the quarterback for putting just the right touch on that football?
Are you asking me the quarterback or me the analyst?
The unbiased observer of football.
Sure. Well, the quarterback's going to say, that's all of me. That's a beautiful arc. Don't you love that touch?
Yep,
the receiver's going to say, yeah. But I'm the one who brought it down for you. The answer is it's both, and that was awesome.
The Eagles will set up for the 2-point conversion.
He's throwing for it. And he goes down. The pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead.
You go with what you think is your best option. There they felt like it was going to be a pass, but sometimes it simply doesn't work.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Daniels on 1st down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
No matter what other stats you want to look at in this ball game, well, this defense can take some serious pride in at least one thing, and that is 6 quarterback sacks on the afternoon. 6 sacks? Well, that's an expectation rarely achieved. And a sign? Well, this group did their homework, and they're making it pay on the field.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down.
Ready, go. Ready.
Running it now out of the gun. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Back to throw it. Dump off caught by his back.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
Takes it in at the 26. It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it's going to be their football coming up. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in D.C. Eagles 8 points behind. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
When they drop these plays for the quarterback, these are the type of results they're expecting, Kate. Something that could tear a hole in the defense, move the chains, and just as importantly, and maybe most importantly, put a seed of doubt and thought into that defensive mind that the QB can run at any time.
Setting up to pass. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when he saw the field. It's going to be 2nd down. They've got a man in motion. Back to throw. Deep down the right sideline. It's his running back making the catch. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that 1st down play. Out of the gun, it gives to Shipley. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line. And they got there in time. He's taken down. The Eagles decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
Kate, you just know as a quarterback there's situations where you're going to gain the trust of the play caller or quickly lose it. And when you take back-to-back sacks, you've lost the trust of your coordinator. And now on 3rd down, well, you better do all you can to regain it.
He's got it. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Hurry up offense now as time runs down. Avoids the and it's not over yet, football fans. He scores, and now a 2-point conversion will force overtime. Well, Brock, not the way I imagine it was designed there on 4th and goal, but I don't think these coaches cared how he got the job done. Just make sure you get in for 6.
Yeah, really just 2 options here as the game speeds up down there, right? Find a throwing lane and execute quickly, or you better escape and make it happen with your legs. He didn't get the throwing lane, the coverage he wanted. It's a great decision. You cannot hesitate. You got to go for it.
And he's taken down. The defense maintains the 2-point lead. Oh, that was what they had to do, partner. Try and tie this game on a 2-point play. Their chances, though, now, just about 0.
Yeah, I would say so. Gosh darn it, I love those moments, right? Those are the moments you live for as a competitor. And tip your cap to the defense. They did their job, and now come the long odds of an onside kick.
Commanders breaking out the victory formation here as he goes to a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
To score this as a win for the Commanders. And this streak will live to see another week as they take down yet another opponent over Brock. What has been an incredible stretch of games for them. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Commanders, as with that, we sign off from D.C.